Dear Masters, my humble pranams to our Jagat Guru, Brahmaji Subhas Patriji, and also to Swarnamala Patriji. Dear friends, dear Masters, dear gods of Malaysia, welcome to today's platform. Our Sajjana Sangatya subject today is our magnificent afterlife beyond our fondest dreams. It's from a book by David Lundberg. So I am going to share some excerpts from that particular book today. So Masters, believe that there is afterlife. There is life after death. That is the concept of today's talk. Okay? And whether you are a meditator or a non-meditator, okay, you must know that there is life after death, Masters. Life does not end the moment you close your eyes. Everybody think, the moment you close your eyes is dead, then it's gone. It's not like that. The moment you close your eyes, you will go to another world. And that world, as described by Lord Krishna also in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 21, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam, shine punye maitilokam vishanti. Lord Krishna says, the moment you die, you go up there, there is a swargaloka. And how is the swargaloka? The swargaloka is vishalam, so big, large. You cannot describe, it's so big. So you'll be there for a number of years, and then on the exhaustion of your punya, whatever punya you gathered in earth planet, that is the saving you're going to spend in the Swargaloka. So in the Swarga, or after the exhaustion of the punya, Masters, you again come back to the earth planet. There is a rebirth. So in Hinduism, we have this concept, the law of birth and rebirth, reincarnation. We have this. So we're going to come back. Here, Krishna says this here, Maitya Loka. Maitya Loka means this is a place where we die only. We come here to die again. This earth planet. Okay, Masters. So what our duty is now, inform everybody that there is life after death. Because only 2 out of 1,000 people know that there is life after death. 998 people don't know that there's life after death. That's why they are always in sorrow, thinking that the departed souls are crying there, suffering. No suffering there, Masters. Okay? So, one more thing, don't doubt. If you think you have done a mistake, oh, I've done so many sins here. Will I qualify for after life or not? So, according to the book, all have this qualification to go to the afterlife, after you vacate your body. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, but then whenever you go up, they will see what kind of knowledge you have. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, I say whether you go to the higher world or the lower world, it decides in the northern solstice and the southern solstice. Normally, the commentators of the Bhagavad Gita, they say the northern solstice are people who go there with knowledge. The southern solstice are people who are ignorant people, did not come into spirituality, don't know anything but spirituality. So they're supposed to go to the southern side where we call darkness. The northern part is called the brightness, Masters. So don't ever think, oh, I've done so many sins, this and that, I cannot go. Because there's also a sloka in the Bhagavad Gita which says a sinner also will be excused. Api chedasi papebhyo sarvebhya papa kritam maha, it says Bhagavan Krishna. The worst sinner also will qualify to go up there. But he must resolve himself that, yes, change, So all this information, Masters, where does this particular author got it? The source of this information is from NDE. Most of you know NDE means a near-death experience. Some people, they die within 3-4 minutes, they'll come back again. Or sometimes after 3 hours, they come back to life. There are certain cases, in our history. So these are the people who go there, they experience something and come back. Their time is not up. The God said, you better go back, you got some work to do. The last thing, a few months back, I spoke on this particular subject of NDE, near death experience. And the other one is channeling. Now a lot of masters are doing channeling, so they will know. The masters there will tell you how the world is there up there. Okay. And then we also have past life regression. We call PLR, past life regression, like Dr. Newton, Dr. Raymond Moody. All these books talk about past life regression masters. They'll put some people into regression. They go back to life. Then they recollect what have they seen in the other worlds all. Okay. And the best example we also have, like Yukteswar, from autobiography of Yogi, So when he goes there, so he'll give us some knowledge. He gave some knowledge to Yogananda Paramahamsa, what the world up there looked like. Okay. So there is so much to look forward to in afterlife. It's not like this world. I'll go on, you'll know. There's so much to see and learn there, masters, and including for people who cannot grow spiritually in this earth planet. There's ample opportunities there to progress spiritually in the other world. Okay. So what happened, those who do a good job on the earth planet will reach there. Okay. So there in this particular book, this author mentioned that as they call it Summerland. In the higher world, we call Summerland. So here he describes it is a place of equal opportunities. Like here, we don't have equal opportunities. Every race is different. Different. Not everybody got a chance to go to university. So all these are there. It is a world of equal opportunity, equal opportunities on a scale grandeur than we can imagine. You say, there is no need to earn a living there. There in that planet, the higher world, there's no need to earn a living. No need, in fact, to provide the body with food, drink, or clothing, or housing. But if it is necessary, you'll get it. You can have it. So there up there, the souls are always filled with happiness and gratitude. The souls up there always happy. But I don't know now, like nowadays when we have some people dying, we always put in the WhatsApp group, rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. So maybe in my idea, it may be wrong because the soul is always in peace, masters. You don't advise the soul to rest in peace. The quality of the soul is always in peace. So you don't go and tell you rest in peace. Because the soul, as we know, the soul is God. The God is always in peace. So we don't go and tell you rest in peace. It's always in peace, masters. So this one, I don't know how people will take it. In my opinion, because I studied the Bhagavad Gita, they mention the qualities of the soul, Atma's qualities. The Atma is always in peace. Only our mind is not in peace. It's the mind that gives the problem. The soul doesn't give you any problem, masters. Okay. So here the master said, check your emotions. Here up there, our character is so important. How we take care of ourselves here determines our life there also. So there up there, all our emotions, our thoughts can be heard easily by the other person. Although they're in a spirit form, they will hear everything. So our thoughts are audible and visible, it seems. Whatever we think, the other person will hear it in the other world, not like here. Okay. So that's why there we are always in a state of calmness. Always calm. Here, our mind is, somebody is controlling. Here we think nobody is hearing. So we can simply think as we like. Anything we can think, we can create, we can fantasize. We can visualize everything. But there, the moment you fantasize, you have emotion, the other person hears it. It's like so audible as you're talking to him, your emotions, So here, because of that, you have to do some training here itself. So they want us to have this kind of knowledge. That's the reason the Arishad Vargal, you said the 6 vices, we must train to control from now itself. Otherwise, when you go there, so the habit will be there. Isn't it? So here again, up there, the topmost priority is mentioned in the book. Always be grateful to whom you are working with, here or there also. Okay, and he says, do selfless service here itself in this earth planet, so that you qualify to continue there itself. The work which you do here can be continued there. And the best example I have learned is the book from your autobiography Yogi, where Yukteswarji will resurrect and come to see Yogananda Paramahamsa. And then Yogananda, to make sure he's really real or not, he'll hug him, he'll test, whether it's real or not. Yukteswar came alive because he has died. He is the one who buried him in the sands of Ganga. So now he has come appear in front of him in flesh and blood. So he want to test whether it's real. So it's real. Then he'll question me, where are you? Then he'll describe the other world, masters. The world up there, the Swarga Loka. Whereas in this book, it's mentioned as the Summerland. They call it the Summerland. So always you must think that we are born to serve others. In Vivekananda's words, if you don't serve others, it's like equivalent to dead. You are a dead person. The God has given you a beautiful body, to serve others. We don't do this. Vivekananda said, you are like equal as dead. Okay. So there we will be giving a lot of training in the other worlds, the Summerland. And all the training is supposed meant to be used when you take a rebirth. It's not a last birth for us unless you qualify for the Satya Loka. It's not the last birth for us. When you take a rebirth, that knowledge, the learning from that planet is supposed to be implemented in the earth planet when you come back. And the beautiful thing there is, masters, there's no pollution there in the Summerland. And not only the pollution, not only environmental pollution, the mind, the people are always pure people. We are the people. When you go there, we become very pure because we know the conditions there, how you behave. Like people, how they behave in Malaysia. The moment you go to Singapore, your behavior changes. You don't speed, you don't urine anywhere and all these things. So you're totally different. You know the conditions of that particular country. So like that, when you go to the higher world, the Summerland, you know the conditions are you behave differently. You adjust yourself quickly or no ill thoughts. Then you will be given all these lands, masters. So it's a pollution-free world we are going up there. That's why it calls a magnificent world. Now here we have noise pollution, smoke pollution, river pollution, all these things have. So according to the author, the environment there is 10 times better than the best place in this earth planet. Let's say we say Switzerland. It's better, 10 times better than Switzerland, masters, according to the book. That's the sharing here. So just imagine how magnificent it will be. If it's 10 times better than Switzerland, we only know Switzerland. That's the benchmark for us. But here's this world which we are going to go after death is 10 times far more better than Switzerland. So you can imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Okay. And then here a real warning from this book. Always finish your soul's plan. We have all come here with a plan. We have made a blueprint there. In the other world, when you come there, okay, this is what I'm going to do in the earth planet. You have decided, you signed the agreement there. You came here. So finish your soul's plan in this earth planet. So some people hearing all these things, wow, the world there is so beautiful. What they will do, they'll commit suicide. So suicide is not an option, masters, to go up early there. Even though the life there is truly like a huge, beautiful heaven, don't ever commit suicide. This is a warning given by our saints and avatars. Do not do anything, including suicide, to yourself on earth. Our current lifetime on the earth is a precious gift through years of sadhana. It's not simply you get a gift of this particular physical body. After many years of many births of sadhana only, you have been born as a creature, you have been born as an animal. Finally, you are born as a cow. From there, only you come as a human. So you have taken so many 300 to 400 births before you qualify to take a human birth. So don't simply waste the human birth by committing suicide. This is the worst thing you're going to do. A lot of people are doing during this pandemic time. It's a grave mistake because they don't have this knowledge. That's the problem, masters. And our current life here in this earth planet is a precious gift, a profound opportunity to resolve past failures and damaged relationships, a time to give back to life and thereby prepare ourselves for a wonderful future in the hereafter, the life hereafter. And there in the other world, the Samaland, there's no day and night there, masters. And as I told you, there is no need for food, no need for food. In case you want food, some urge to take some food, so by mere the power of your thought, you can create your food, masters. There you can create. I think you have seen the movies. Some people they think the fruits will come, plate of. So all these things are real. There we have seen the olden movie, mythological movies. We have seen all these things. Those have seen the movies. So here again in that particular world, we will go to the next level of existence. In the other world, there is what we call a hall of learning. So all those who wanted to pursue studies further, here you cannot further our studies, limited already. But those who feel that you want to further your studies there, so that's what we call the hall of learning. So you can register yourself and do whatever studies you want. You are not able to do on the earth planet, but there the opportunity is there. That's why I said equal opportunities. Here sometimes you get 10A also, you're not given entry into university. But there, everybody, the yearning must be there. The yearning to learn must be there. Here also, but those who have yearning to learn from PSSM, the world, so much knowledge is given. If the yearning is there, you will come to join the session and learn, like what we're doing today. You are at the yearning to learn, so you join the session. So like that, there also, if you have the yearning to learn, the opportunities are great, and they have what we call the hall of learning. They will admit you whatever you want, especially they'll give you fine arts. You want to learn music, you want to build up your vocal, singing, whatever arts you want. But that book never mentioned about MBBS because I told you everybody is living very happily there, and I don't think they'll need doctors there. So the MBBS course is not available in the other planet masters. So what they say, whatever we learn in the Samaland, we must implement in the earth planet. Because for most of us, it may not be the last birth, isn't it? So we go there, we learn, we have to take a rebirth. When we come there, whatever we learn, we have to implement on the earth planet. Now we have seen the so much greenery in the other planet, very called the Samaland. So we have to come and implement. That's why I don't know, like our masters, like Pranita madam, here, like our Shamavati madam, introduced this SWAG program, Save Water and Go Green. So maybe they have already learned this. When I was reading this particular thing, so I thought of these two people. Why? Because maybe it's already they have learned about this particular program. That's why they want to implement here in their native places. That's Earth planet. Okay. So I told you some of us are already implementing these plans in the Earth masters. And furthermore, the another point here, we should not bother or despise sometimes of our riches, of our beauty. Some people are so handsome, beautiful. They will always think the other person is low. They are very high. So this type of attitude, you must totally take it away. You should not despise other people about your riches, about your beauty. And furthermore, no gossiping, no judgment. These two things, this no gossiping and no judgment, will make our body very light, like a bird. We must be always light. We don't carry so much of heavy things in our mind. So keep it empty always. This gossiping, judging these people, judging that people. So all these are putting on unnecessary rubbish into our mind. So here they say, you must live like a bird, very light, make your body very light. Okay. And another one, whatever goal you set in this earth planet, work for it. Set a goal and work for it. Okay. Sometimes you may come across people who will cheat you, will talk bad about you and all those things, So you should not bother about them, So we will live a happy life. Don't bother about the small things coming in our life, masters. And to make our goal successful, here or hereafter, there also, there'll be always some higher energy masters giving you the energies to you, it seems. They will also always give you energies, masters. And another thing, whatever you know, if you're a teacher, go and teach somebody. If I know about meditation, I must go and teach somebody about meditation. So, so this the thought that some people have a negative thought, I think I don't know how to teach. I don't know anything about meditation. I will not go and teach. So this thought should not arise in you, masters. Here or there also, here or hereafter also, the thought that I cannot do this, I cannot do that, should not arise in your mind. And the other one is about your relations. The moment you vacate your body, when you go up, from there you'll be watching your relatives, they'll be crying. They do not know that you have entered the best place in the world. You are enjoying there, but these people down here will be crying, oh, my father died, my mother died, my husband died, my wife died. So these are worries. With this knowledge, masters, remove that. The moment they die, they have already entered the best of the world, which we ourselves cannot give them here. If your husband, he has gone to the best place, and if you know he has done some good service while in this earth planet, so be assured that he has gone to the best place in the world. Be happy that he's gone. So don't worry that he has died, Sometimes people, I told you, people are committing suicide, so that they can solve the problem here, and they say they have lived. But do not commit suicide, because Lobsang Rampa has beautifully written in his book, I believe, that those who commit suicide, when you go there, when you come back to the earth planet, they will be grilled, they'll be interviewed, a lot of interviews going there. They will do the planning for you. If you commit suicide, the people, other people, the higher world people, teachers will do the planning for you. Otherwise, you can do your own planning, what you want to do on the earth planet. So for people who commit suicide, the planning is done by other people, and a lot of interviews going on. In that book, I believe, by Lobsang Rampa, a lot of interviews, they'll grill you, what you must do here. They will decide who you become here. So do not worry. When you go up there, you are watching your relatives, your wife, your children crying for you. So with this knowledge, they won't cry. They won't cry. The moment you die, it's promotion like going to University Malaya, not going to University Uttara Malaysia. Sit proud, oh, my son has entered University Malaya. Every parent is, those days, during my time, wow, you enter University Malaya, you're the best. So like that. You enter Oxford or Cambridge, you're the best, like that. So these people entering the highest world. So be happy. Be happy that when they depart, they are very, very good. So don't cry for them. And then in the earth planet also, if your thoughts, your minds are clear, then you have a good aura around you, masters. The aura, we in our PSS movement, we always talk about aura for meditators. So if your mind and everything is clear, you have build up a good aura. Same thing there when you go to the other world, which in this book they call the Samaland. There also the spirit will have aura around you. If your mind is clear, you build a lot of aura. So here the book describes the astonishing beauty of the heaven world. One beautiful thing they describe, I pick it up, was the the rivers. The rivers will flow, very, very colorful rivers, beautiful rivers. Okay, colorful rivers. And not only that, when the waters, okay, the waters give fragrance, beautiful smell, very nicely. So sometimes you will become immersed in that, the beauty of the rivers, the smell of the water that's flowing, masters, it seems. And then there in the summer land, in the other world, the higher worlds, everywhere there's greenery, full of greenery and full of flowers. So what they describe here, let's say you're going for a walk in the park, suddenly you saw a flower, you're admiring the flower. What the branch will do, the branch will bring the flower to you, to your nose, so that you can smell the flower until you are happy, and then it will go back. So it will bless you, that's the reason in that world, in the other world, like what we do here, they will not pluck the flowers. Any flower we cannot pluck. That's the same reason our Patriji has told many times, don't simply go and pluck flowers from the trees. The flowers are the beauty for the trees. You don't go and pluck and take away the beauty. So in the other land also, if you want, it will come to you and give you the smell. You enjoy the smell, the fragrance. If it is Malipu smell will come. If it's rose smell will come. So all these things you can enjoy, masters. And in the book, it also says, let's say in this world you pluck a flower, you put in your vase, anything. The flower will always be lifeful, The moment, see, the first day you'll admire the flower. The second day you admire the flower in the vase, And third day you don't bother. The moment you take your attention from the flower, then it starts to wither, become, going to die, Okay, withering. We call withering. So the moment you always look at the flower, you enjoy the flower, you appreciate the flower, it will be very, very life here also. The flowers start withering the moment you don't pay attention to the flowers. You put a garland to your altar, The first day you put, you appreciate. Second day you don't bother. Third day, so they start. Third day itself, the mala all will get withered. You throw away. Okay, and then it comes to housing, masters. Okay, there you can decide how your wife, although you don't require a house. In case you desire a house, here also you said that we want to have 3 houses. So like that also, you want a bigger house. So you want a 10-room house. You can visualize it. You can create a 10-room house. You can design your own house. Okay. So how to design this house? How do you materialize this house? All depends on your energy. Everything to create there, you require energy. That's why in this world also, in the Earth planet, we have been taught this meditation to how to build up energy. Meditation is one beautiful thing, is to build up energy level in us. Okay. And the another point I took it from the book is that acceptance. Whatever is present, present situation in this life, accept it. And you will be easily accepted in the other world. If you accept everything happening in your life here, everything in the other world also will be accepted. And as you know, in the Omnis 4 laws of creation, is another book, Omnis 4 laws of creation. One of the laws is the law of acceptance. Accept everything in life. You will ask for it. Nobody is forced to ask upon you. You create the situation for yourself. You create your own reality. Seth wisdom says everything you created, nobody created for you. Okay, so accept it in your life. Another point is, it's a land of freedom. Okay, a land of happiness and smiles. A land of happiness brought about through the real love. That in that Earth planet, the summer land, you can really see the real love, man to man love, how they really show love. You can see in the other planet, the summer land, and that place, the very, very important, master sir. Here they are giving very importance to knowledge, Okay, so that place will be created according to your knowledge you have had whilst you are on Earth planet. That's the reason Patriji always says Swadhyaya, Swadhyaya, Swadhyaya. Reading of spiritual books, reading of spiritual book, reading of spiritual books. Maybe that's the reason, Patriji has read a lot of books on afterlife. So very, very important. There, your knowledge counts. So I told you, when you leave the body, are you living in the northern solstice or southern solstice? So in the Bhagavad Gita, I said, if it's the northern solstice, you are living the body with ample knowledge, all the knowledge you want about spirituality. If you are living the southern solstice, okay, the other 6 months, that means you are living at a point of ignorance. You don't know anything. You simply die. A lot of people are ignorant, isn't it? They don't know anything. They will simply die like that. And there in the other planet, there is no need exercise. Our spirit bodies are always in perfect condition, perfect health, masters. So they don't need any physical exercise because we are always in the best of condition. That's why the course of MBBS is not taught there. The fine arts is taught there. Everything is taught there, masters. So, masters, prepare for a grand adventure. After your death, it's a grand adventure, masters. Like when you go on a European tour, it's a great adventure for us. Like when you leave your body, it's a great adventure. So, masters, so learn about the beauty, love, and logic of the brilliant life to come and create this grand design. The creators of grandly designed, beautiful. So, our future is beyond our fondest dreams, masters. Magnificent, magnificent life up there. So enjoy it. So with this, I will end my session, masters. Whatever I could share, I shared with you. Thank you for joining today's session. Wonderful session. Thank you very much.